through a dark forest, surrounded by trees towering above you, and the sunlight that is barely shining through the thick leaves. You're on your way to eudaimonia, trying to reach your perfect state, while walking through and conquering different types of challenges and opportunities. You get one step closer, but you're starting to feel tired and nervous. You question yourself. What if something bad happens? What if I'm not good enough? What if I get lost? And then it happens. You hear a terrible sound right behind you, and suddenly a bear appears. It's massive and blocks your path. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and you feel a wave of unstoppable fear and anxiety. What do? Do you either run away, hide, or try to talk with the bear? I know what I would do. I just stand in terror, hoping that the bear mistakes me for an odd-looking tree. This might seem like an unrealistic scenario to you, but moments like this happen every day. Okay, maybe not a literal bear sneaking up on you, but maybe it's a job interview, an assignment due in less than an hour. Or it might be something that doesn't even exist. When you're in fear, you're frozen, and you don't know what to do. But does fear have to truly control us? In fact, fear and insecurities can be used as an accelerator for growth and development. And that's what I'm here to talk about today. How to conquer our fears and insecurities and use them to become the better version of ourselves. So buckle up, folks, because we're going to go deep in understanding ourselves. Just don't let the bears catch you. First of all, let's understand fears and insecurities. Fear is the body's automatic reaction to something that is scary or something that causes stress. Fear stops us from walking off cliffs or carelessly touching dangerous objects. This is because when we sense threat, our bodies immediately trigger the sympathetic nervous system, and which creates a stress response where we have to get ready for fighting or fleeing. In the past, humans with the ability of avoiding danger and not taking risks were rewarded, and were the only ones that survived. So we were all born with the gene of avoiding risks and avoiding opportunities. However, avoiding risk is an old instinct that prevents us from achieving our true goals. For example, not signing up for an opportunity is no longer considered a good thing. Similarly, insecurities is the uncertainty or anxiety about oneself, and it's the state where you're lacking in confidence. You're afraid about what others will think about you and how you will be judged or compared. It is the urge to hide and being afraid you're going to be different or don't belong. In the past, insecurities helped us to learn how to interact with others and helped us become successful in society. But today, we often feel the need to be a certain way or to follow the societal standards, which prevents us from creating something new and achieving your own true potential. So what are your fears? What are your anxieties? What are some things that your insecurities and fears are preventing you from achieving? My fears and insecurities include the fear of being judged, the fear of being shut down, and finally, the fear of drowning. My fear of drowning made me quit swimming classes and also made me avoid the ocean. Although fears are scary, you have to overcome them. If we do not overcome our fears, then we will be prevented. And for example, I cannot never touch the ocean. How sad is that? We're being limited because you and I decided not to overcome our fears. By taking risks and overcoming our fears, we can achieve our goals and make a positive impact on society. We just need to be aware of the potential risks and drawbacks, and understand that failure is a valuable part of the journey. That is why you have to be aware of your fears and insecurities and tackle them so that nothing is preventing you from achieving greatness. There's no good reason that's preventing you right now from overcoming your fears. So why haven't you yet? Fears and insecurities seem like something that is impossible to overcome. But I want to ask you a question. Would you still have fears and insecurities if nobody on this planet existed? Insecurities prevent us from loving our appearance or capabilities because we always compare ourselves to society. But if there's nobody to compare to, why do we even have insecurities? According to 2 studies done by the American Psychological Association, the students with higher levels of anxiety or depression tended to be students who compare themselves to everything they see online or have a high social comparison. When we see something on either social media or when we learn something new, we take in data points. Data points are things in life that impact how you think or makes you make decisions in a certain way. There's stuff like statistics, views, and opinions. We're constantly taking in data points, and your data points affect how you think or what decisions you make. For example, a study by the Florida House Experience found that 87% of women and 65% of men compare themselves to images they see online. In that comparison, a whopping 50% of women and 37% of men compare their bodies unfavorably. Another survey by King's University showed that people who spend more time on social media and thus gathering more data points were more likely to compare their own appearance to what they see online. But if you or the people on the survey never took in any data points, then our body doesn't have anything to compare to. If there's no one or no media on this planet, then you will not have any insecurities. So finally, what should we take away? We need to understand what data points we take in daily. If you want to be like Bob, but are taking in the content of Joe, you're not going to be like Bob. Choose who and what you follow. Choose what information you receive. Choose the people who you talk to. And most importantly, remove yourself from environments or people that are giving you a bad influence. Even if at the end of the day, no one is preventing you from loving your appearance or capabilities. There's nothing stopping you right now from looking at the mirror every morning and saying, "Wow, I'm smart," or "Wow, I'm handsome." Even if you believe that you cannot get rid of insecurities, believe that you can. Because what's better? Believing that you can get rid of insecurities or believing that you can't? Believing that you're smart or believing that you're dumb? So don't allow society to control you, because you have full control of yourself. I challenge every single one of you in this room, or anyone watching the recording, to take a risk this week. I want you to challenge yourself and do one thing that might be scary or embarrassing. That includes something like signing up to this TED Talk. Just like how the biggest change makers in the past have taken risks, when you take a risk, you can possibly create societal change. Even if the bear comes out of nowhere. Thank you.